Hi, hello. Get yourself all situated around you, Mr. Glenn Awesome.
Shut up with that Glenn Awesome.
Hi, hello. I'm MzPatriciaAnn, and we have Mr. Glenn Awesome on our. Do you want to say your last name?
I really don't. Edit that out.
Okay, take one. Take two.
It's not Glenn Awesome.
Okay. Hi, hello. I'm MzPatriciaAnn, and welcome to my channel, Mr. Glenn Awesome. You're going to.
You didn't say my name.
Oh, okay. Mr. Glenn
Much better.
Awesome has joined our channel today, and we have a special announcement that this is our first podcast on our channel, my channel.
We call it a cruise cast.
Cruise cast. It's raining, and you can probably hear the rain, so it's relaxing sounds while you listen to our podcast. And pretty much, our first topic today would be an introduction of who we are. I think that'd be a good first podcast, don't you?
Whatever you say, master.
So, as you already know, I'm MzPatriciaAnn, and this is my channel that he keeps trying to claim.
Well, if I gotta be on it this much, it's my channel.
And I am currently 28 years old. I live in Southern Ohio. We have been in a long-distance relationship for a couple years, and then Glenn finally moved all the way from Texas to Ohio, and he's been here a year now, and that's why he's on the channel. So, what else how would you describe us? Who we are?
Master and slave.
No.
I don't know, I think it does a pretty good justice. She's always barking orders. I'm always following them. If I don't follow them, she gets all upset and pouty, and then I feel guilty and I follow them anyway.
No. We bought land. It's actually the land behind my mother's house where we're currently living at. And we're developing it into a future home at some point in time. So far, we haven't got much done.
It's either been working or broke.
We've got a lot of trees cut down. On that land. Glenn is currently going to an interview right now. And you want to tell about you? Tell them about you.
Tell me about me.
They don't know you. You just met him for the first time. How would you...
You having anger?
So tell him about...
31, born and raised in Houston, Texas. I met her, unfortunately. Fell for her, even more unfortunate. And had to move from my nest, where I had a great job, 401k, made about $45,000 a year. And I left for love. See how that worked out.
How did it work out for you?
Oh, I got love, but ain't got nothing else. I was raised by one thing I'll always remember. My dad always told me, son, a man is only as good as his word. If you break your word, you ain't got nothing. And I've lived my life by that.
Good way to live your life.
Other than that, that's about it. So, I mean, if I give my word, I keep it. As much as it drives her nuts.
I have 3 little dogs. I'll put pictures of them up here for you guys. I have Lucy, Sierra, and Misa. The 2 Chihuahuas, which is Lucy and Misa. Oh God, Misa's my Chihuahua.
The Maltese.
The 2 little Chihuahuas, which is Lucy and Sierra, they're half sisters. They're a year apart. And my little Maltese, she is the youngest. She is the meanest. We got an outside cat, Mr. Gray. He's a stray cat. We've had a lot of animals pass away. That's been heartbreaking when you get attached to them, and it breaks my heart. But I'm a huge animal lover. I love my animals. I've always had dogs. I've always liked dogs more than cats, but I've had some cats, and I had a bad, tragic situation with a cat one time, which will be a future story time. It was a bad situation. So I'm kind of iffy on cats. Like, I don't actually like being around cats, and I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very cautious around cats because I know what they can do to you. And I don't like cats, even though I have an outside cat. But I will never have an inside cat. And if I have children, oh, by the way, we don't have no children yet. But if I have children, I will never let my cat or my kids have a cat, like inside cat. I can't do it. But they can have an outside cat, but I will always be cautious of cats because I've had a very bad experience with a cat. And what else do you think about this? You already know I do you already know I do spoolers on my channel for all kinds of different subscription boxes. I do pretty much anything and everything I can think of, don't I? I'm one of those type of people, like if I think it's interesting or something, I want to do it. And I do have high, can you tell that my videos? I do have high anxiety, severe depression. Oh hell, we're just making this a depressing video, alright?
What are you telling about yourself?
Okay. I used to work in a psych hospital, and that caused a lot of my anxiety and depression. And, this ain't a very good podcast for a first podcast.
You're the one that wanted to do this topic.
Well, I wanted them to get to know us. Our channel, we're very real. Like, I don't stage anything, and he gets on to me, actually, for not staging things. He's like, well, how'd you write a script?
Why are you lying right now?
I'm not. How many times have you told me to write a script?
Whenever you're doing like a voiceover.
How many times have you told me to do a script?
When you're doing a voiceover.
I cannot do scripts. I like to let it flow.
Because her attention span is this big.
I like to be natural. I like for everything to be just like if you was talking to me in person. Like, I want us to have a relationship with you guys. Like, you're our best friends, and you're sitting in a passenger seat with us, or you're sitting in a back seat with us, or when we're eating dinner, and you're sitting across the table from us. I want you to feel that way about the channel. I don't even know if you guys can hear us because this rain is so bad. But that's what I want, and that's my goal, is for you to feel like you're spending time with us when you watch our videos. I don't want it to be like you're watching a movie. I don't want it to be like you're tuning in for an episode. I want it to be like you're right there with us. Does that make sense?
No, not at all. I mean, yes, of course.
So, what else about us that describes who we are?
You're nuttier than squirrel turds.
We like playing Xbox.
And at the same time, dumber than a box of rocks.
Wow, he's just mean. We like playing Xbox. I actually have a gameplay channel. It's called Cherry Tomato. It's listed in my channels, and it's got 300 some subscribers. I tinker around with it, and I don't put a lot of, time into it, except for we do video game on evenings. Him more than me, but I like playing Ark. I love Ark, A-R-K, and it's pretty much just like it's pretty much just a game where you're online, and the game's constantly running online all the time, and it's a server where there's many servers, and there's different maps, and you raise dinos, and you just survive. It's Ark Survival Evolved, so I really like that game, and actually, oh my goodness, that game can cause your relationship issues. Like the other night, Glenn was all happy playing the game, and all of a sudden, I get the bright idea. I'm like, I have a tile in my bathroom. one of the tiles in my bathroom is raised up, and I scraped like the side of my foot on it. I was afraid I was going to cut it. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, Glenn's going to come in here and he's going to slice his foot open and it's going to be bad. So, that was what was in my head. And I am like, Glenn, I need a power strip. And one of those things you plug in your, you plug in your stuff and you stick it into the wall. I need a power strip. And he's like, oh, all mine took to my Xbox, da da da. So I didn't think about it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not on my computer right now. Let me get the one underneath my computer desk. I unplug it, I go in the bathroom, plug my hair dryer up, and I'm getting ready to blow dry my tile to push it back together. He's like, it's so funny, we crashed at the same time on the game. And I'm like, no, we didn't. And it clicked. It clicked right then. I'm like, I unplugged the Wi-Fi. And the game does not stop even if you sign off. And he was on a Giga, which is like the biggest dyno in the whole game. And he just has spent the day before that all day long harvesting supplies in the game to buy this dyno. And he's like, we didn't even freak out because I was like, it's okay. We was off of it, we was in a safe spot, and we'll sign back in and we'll be there with our dinos and everything will be fine. We sign back in, he's dead, and I end up falling across the map away from where we was at with our dinos, and I die. Now when you die on the game, how do you explain it?
You have to respawn at a bed in your base that you've made.
And we didn't have no beds around where we was at because we was just out exploring. And instantly it becomes a very tense situation between us because he's blaming me. And it was my fault. It was my fault. I admit it was my fault. I messed up big time. So
No. Go ahead and put it in context about the last time I lost one.
we haven't got to that point yet. We're still talking about what had happened.
Okay.
So he goes back to his base and he gets his other dragon. He has a dragon, and he flies out to where we was at on the Gigas, and they're not there. They're gone, and it's a very tense situation between us. Like, he's really mad at me. Like, he's telling me like he's never playing Xbox again with me. That
I said art.
You said you was never playing it with me ever again, and you told me I was stupid.
I said you were stupid for doing that.
No, you're like, you are stupid. You just don't think. And I really did. I deserved it all. Because I deserved it. You was mad.
Well, what all did you call me when I lost your game?
We haven't got to that point yet. But anyway, then I get on this new dragon that he gets me. It's a cotton candy dragon. It's really rare in the game. He spends all day yesterday too farming supplies to buy that for me for Christmas because I wanted it. And I take that dragon out and I get it killed. It dies. And I haven't even had a whole 24 hours. And it died. We're not talking like you spend 10, 15 minutes farming like the materials to buy it. He spent literally the whole night before and the whole day. Like literally probably like 48 hours of his real life to get these dinos. And I lost it that quick. And I'm crying. At this point, I am like heartbroken. I am like crying hysterically. And I get off, I go to bed, I go to sleep. And he stays up all night long and farms more so he can replace everything that I lost. But our gigas that we lost, I think they fell through the map because we could not find them nowhere. I really think they fell through the map like there's a glitch in the game. So he contacted the developers, and hopefully they contact him back where they can replace his, or actually if they replace him, it's not going to be nearly as good as what he had. So he's hoping that they can pull him out of the map and give him back to him, which I don't know how that's going to work, if that's going to happen, I don't know. So during that, me unplugging the power strip during an Xbox game, I lost 2 dragons and 2 gigas that cannot be replaced, and it caused us a very bad night because we was mad at each other. I was hurt, upset, hated that I'd done it, and he was upset, mad, and I don't think necessarily, yeah, he was mad at me. He was really mad at me. He was mad at me. He wasn't mad at the game, he was mad at me. But we woke up the next morning and everything is fine. So we didn't let the game come between us. We just went to bed mad and upset and crying.
But what was the first thing I replaced?
The first thing he replaced was my dragon. And then he replaced our gigas. But, like he was saying before, he was saying that he lost something and I didn't let him forget about it.
No, all day long.
On the game, there is cryopods. It's like little Pokeballs that you can put your dinos inside of and you carry them on your character. He falls asleep with our Giga and loses it in a little ball. And it just disappears because he fell asleep on the game. And I spent two real life weeks of my real life. I mean, I could not cryopod these dragons, or these Gigas. Like, I had to sit there for 2 weeks. I had to get up and go pee. I had set timers for an hour to sleep and go right back to it. And for 2 weeks for us to have these dinos on this game. And he lost it. I was upset. Like, I was really upset. I was like, I wasn't really mean to you like he was mean to me.
No, you were.
Was I?
Yeah.
What did I say to you?
You're talking about, you're dumb. I've been telling you that you can't.
I didn't say you're dumb.
Yeah, you did.
I said that was dumb, Glenn. You know not to play when you're asleep, or when you're asleep you don't play. Because this game's not like when you sign off.
I just don't understand how you lose a giga.
Why didn't you say that to me? I don't understand why you had to plug a power strip, but I'm on it. You did
As I said, I don't understand why we're both playing the game side by side, and all of a sudden, oh, I think I'm gonna go blow dry the towel in the bathroom that's been popped up for 2 weeks now.
So I have. Sometimes the moral of this whole thing is sometimes I don't think before I do, and I just get an idea in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do it.
She never thinks of what she does.
So then, that's one example of our lives, like, we like gaming. I don't like gaming. I like to play GTA, and I like to play Ark, and that's the only games I like to play. I mean, he's got me all kinds of games. He's got me Spyro. You know, I only played Spyro twice.
I know that this now.
Really?
We have paid for it.
That made you mad?
My little nephew played it more than you did.
Does that make you mad that I didn't play it more?
Yeah, because you told me how much I want it so bad. I used to play it all the time. I will play it all the time. I get it for her. Spend like $50, and she plays it twice and never picks it up again. Like, oh yeah, that was just like childhood. Okay, I'm done with it.
But I have it that I can always play again. I can always play. We didn't play Red Dead, and you won.
I beat the whole story mode.
Really?
Yeah. I beat the whole story mode.
What other game did we get that you didn't play?
I played every game I got.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just not a gamer. I like certain games, and I love Spyro. It's fun. Like, it's just, we have Ark. And he did buy me the new expansion pack to Ark that's released in January, so I'm excited for that. I wonder what that's going to be. It's under.
It's like a water world.
Is it?
I don't know. It's got new guns. It's
So.
got that sea turtle you can build a house on.
Okay, so I'm excited for that game. So we do gaming, and you're more than welcome to go check my gaming channel out. I do have some clips. So, like, we played Ark 3 years ago before we met in real life, and I have all those videos up on that channel. So go check out Ark, what it's like. And that's Legacy, though. A lot of it's Legacy, and that means that it just no longer exists before they made it to an official game. So he's playing their game preview. But Glenn's going to an interview today. He's currently jobless. He had a job, but it just didn't work out too well. And now he's going to interview for his dream job. Is this your dream job?
For around here, sure. Because there just ain't jack around here to do.
And he's excited. He's been, like, all he's talked about is when this job came up and he applied for it. He's like, I really want this job. And I'm like, ooh, okay, cool. So he finally got an interview for it. And the day before yesterday, he had another interview that he went to. And we're currently doing Vlogmas, our first year doing Vlogmas. So all that is up on our channel as well. So you need to go watch all that. You get up to date to what our life's like. But besides that, how else would you just explain us? I'm 5'1" and a half. How tall are you?
5'9".
He's 5'9". I'm a Capricorn. My birthday's Christmas Eve. I'm a 90s baby. I love cheetah print. I love pink and gold. My favorite drink used to be Dr. Pepper. Then it went to sweet tea, and now it's unsweetened tea. I love unsweetened tea. My favorite food is crab legs. I like Chinese food pretty well. My favorite candy bar is a whatchamacallit. And I love Starburst. I only like the pink Starburst. What else?
I don't know.
He's not a very exciting person.
Driving in the rain, what do you want from me? On the highway in the rain and you want me to talk to the camera.
He's so mean.
It's not very safe.
He's not even wearing a seatbelt. He does not wear a seatbelt. Glenn does not wear seatbelts when he drives. But look at me. I'm always buckled in. So when we're in a car crash, he's going to die. And I'm going to be like, well, he didn't want to wear a seatbelt. Stop. I get on to him about that. He makes too many jokes that I don't like. And
Life for a guy is nothing but work, raise a kid, then you die. That's it. That's all the guy has.
gee, thanks. I'm glad I'm not involved in that.
Where do you think raising a kid comes from?
If you're work, I'm going to be raising it.
Well, you want me to work?
I said that I would love for Glenn to get a at-home job and be at home all the time, and
I wouldn't be able to do it. You would never leave me alone.
I would too. I would leave you alone.
I asked her to leave me alone for a couple hours to watch a football game. She can't shut her mouth.
I like to talk. I'm a person that likes to talk. I do like to talk. Sometimes
I asked her to let me watch a movie and talk during commercials. She'll talk during the movie and be quiet during commercials.
How would you describe us as a couple? Like if we was describing ourselves as a couple. Okay, just say it.
Rachel and Ross.
Really? You describe us as a couple as Rachel and Ross. Oh my goodness, there's a wreck up here.
Because we always fight.
We don't always fight. I hope somebody didn't get killed in this wreck. There's a bad wreck up here on Interstate. I'm going to show you guys. I really hope somebody did not get hurt in this. I can't tilt it forward because I have it mounted perfect for us. What's going on then?
Power cut. Yeah, it was.
Oh, wow. The camera saying anything. You guys, quit calling them the camera. It's our friends.
See what I do with it?
You had to say, do they see it? Do the camera see it?
I don't talk like that.
So, Glenn's not used to YouTube. He's just now recently got on my channel. More now that he's been unemployed. You haven't been employed not even a month yet.
You guys trying to cut me off, man? Put that thing back in front of us. Let that 18-wheeler cut me off. If he wasn't carrying flammable liquids, I'd have let him hit me.
Glenn has road rage, big time. I need to add that. He has huge, horrible road rage.
She's wrong. How many times have you been... How many times have our friends been watching us that I haven't been raging?
How many times? Go back into all my videos and watch. You'll find his road rage. Actually, sometimes I cut it out because he's cussing so much. So you probably won't find the footage because he's cussing. And I cut it. And I clip it. So... Glenn has a gambling problem.
How much money have I lost in the last 6 months?
I have a gambling problem. We really don't have a gambling
I've lost
problem.
$100.
No, you haven't. You lost more than that.
Did not.
I give you 5s and 10s, and sometimes when I play.
That goes along with your money.
No, that don't count. I
Hey,
ain't losing.
how many times do I say, I'm going to go sit on the couch?
No, here's a 5. Play the machine next to me. I don't want to be lonely.
Well, I just want to go sit on the couch and watch TV.
No, here, play this 5.
How many
Okay.
times? Every
We
time.
really do not have a gambling problem. We're not like gambling away his truck payment or our future. We're just gambling away our extra money. Ain't that bad?
It's pretty bad.
No, it's not.
How much you lost in the last 6 months?
Because I had one.
How much have you lost in the
I
last
have never lost a lot of money on Keno my entire life until last month. I got a little chasing that. I was chasing the filling and the
How much money you lose
dreams
in the last 6
of
months?
winning a jackpot, and I didn't win it, and I lost a little bit of money.
A little bit?
I lost a lot of money. Like,
You lost about $1,000.
I did not lose $1,000.
You pulled 7 out of that card,
I pulled 5 out of that
and
card.
then you lost 200 Christmas money. And then how many 20 since then?
Okay, I've lost
$60 this last week alone.
We're not, at the first of the year, we're not gambling no more. We're quitting.
That gambling number she throws up, she needs to call it, but she won't.
Okay, so everybody has their flaws. I enjoy playing Keno and
Most
gambling.
people's flaws don't cost them $1,000 every few months.
I have not. You're acting like I've lost 1,000, a lot of thousands.
Fine. Most people's habits don't lose them a couple hundred every other month.
Have I not brought home some good money and paid off some good debt?
Once. You were on a winning streak for 2
Week.
weeks.
I won good money for 2 weeks straight.
And she's using that to give her an excuse to play all the time.
So technically, I played on their money that the 1,000 and I lost. Pretty much besides that,
From now on, if she wants to gamble, I'm leaving her there and I'm leaving.
that's me.
Yeah.
So if I don't.
Win enough to get an Uber on her way home is motivation.
Okay, so you think we're Ross and Rachel?
That's just joking.
In all honesty, how would you describe
Well,
her?
probably Monica and Chandler because you're a clean freak and I just make jokes.
I am OCD. I am huge OCD person. And like, I go through stages where I'm just so OCD that it just drives me crazy. And then I go through stages where I'm just like, I don't care. But,
Yeah, you wouldn't know she's OCD by looking at her bed.
and
She can't make a bed to save her life.
he makes the bed really good. I'm not even gonna lie. He makes the bed awesome. He got me this weighted blanket, and he messes it up, and then gets mad that he has to fix it.
How does it mess up?
You get all the sand at the bottom of it.
Sounds like your fault.
No, it's your fault. And he messes the bed up more than I do.
That's why I sleep in the beanbag.
He does not sleep in a beanbag. He's lying. We've been together almost 3 years in March. Feel like 3 years to you?
Feels like 10.
Oh, I'm sleepy. He kept me up all night. Kept me up to 4 o'clock in the morning.
I wanted to go to sleep. She wanted
You
to
want to go to sleep at 3:30.
She wanted to watch her YouTube channel.
I wanted to watch the video of our last Vlogmas I posted. So,
I've never seen someone giggle at themselves more.
I giggle at you because you're the funny one. And I don't know it when I'm editing, like when I'm recording these videos, I'm not sitting here constantly watching his face. And when I'm editing it, he's making all these weird faces that I didn't know that was there until I'm editing it. So, yeah, I laugh. I think he's funny. You think he's funny? Glenn don't like Christmas.
I like Christmas.
You don't like Vlogmas.
There you go.
You don't like Halloween.
It's alright.
You don't like fall.
Halloween's fun when there's a Halloween party to go to. And you can drink and be dressed up and have a good time.
Glenn's an alcoholic. When's the last time you drank? He's really not alcoholic. I'm just saying that. He's really not. Like, we don't drink that frequently. I don't even remember the last time I drank.
The last time I drank was the day I got fired.
Okay.
I finished off the beer I had in the house.
So, I mean, we don't drink like that. Would you say we're an old school type of relationship?
Sure. Considering we met each other on Xbox.
Okay. We met each other on Xbox, but we really didn't meet each other on Xbox. Like, here's what happened. I have a friend that my friend was a common friend of his. She is my best friend I've known for like a decade. I met her online a decade ago, and her husband was friends with him, and then they introduced us that way. And I have not yet to meet her, but she's my long distance best friend that he just so happened to meet too. So I feel like it was meant to be for us to meet. I feel like it was destined for us to.
I guess we'll have to ask God when we're done.
Like, how else would you say that? Like, how else would we have met? We would not have met any other way.
Unlucky in love.
If I was not friends with Amber and you was not friends with Jordan, we would have never met.
Oh yeah, I know.
We would have never met, and you would be. What would you be doing right now?
Working at Air Gas, having good money. Probably have a newer truck.
I'm glad to know that your life
Mile and house.
so happy to know that your life is so much better than you ever met me. So nice. And this is where he sleeps in the beanbag for the rest of the week.
I would have had a house by now because I was looking at houses.
Before you met me?
Yeah.
You was working 2 jobs before you met me.
I know, but I was also looking for houses, and when I got the Air Gas job, I could have.
You got the air gas job after you met me, so it was meant to be to meet me, and for you to get that job. So
How do you know it wasn't meant to be for you to go down there?
It just wasn't. It was meant to be for us to meet, and you got the job so that you could get this truck, so that you could come see me and see if you wanted to be with me.
And then
you did.
when I get my dream job, it's time to let it go. Makes a lot of sense.
Anyway, that is pretty much our life. We're not very interesting people. We don't do really interesting things. I think we have a pretty good life.
You might have a pretty good life. My life is definitely taking a step back.
Wow, really?
I used to have all kinds of money. I could do whatever I wanted. Now I'm pinching pennies. And now she's upset. Definitely sleeping in the beanbag.
I just hope they can hear us over this rain. Our first podcast has to be during a rainstorm. Are we going to get something to drink? Oh, I am horrible. I am horrible about road trips. Like, how would you explain me as a road trip partner?
Awful.
I am horrible. Like, I'm sitting there like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Hey, are we there yet? We went to, when he visited one time, okay, Glenn visited here 3 times before he moved here. 4th time he moved here. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you didn't visit 3 times.
It is.
Did you?
Came down for Thanksgiving one year, remember?
Yeah. He
Went
visited.
around my dad's birthday and then once in the spring.
He visited 3 times before he moved here. And we're not really good at telling who we are.
Why do you say we? I'm driving.
You don't know nothing about yourself.
I know plenty about myself.
Well, tell them.
I already did.
Well, it ain't a lot. He burps.
I like long walks on the beach and fast food and slow women.
You're mean. It's horrible.
I don't know if we're getting a drink. I don't see no gas station.
So I'm gonna dehydrate. I just stick my head out here and get some rain.
There you go.
And
We got 15 minutes. I mean, I can see if I can find something.
so I don't know if this is going to even be a good podcast. You guys are probably not even going to enjoy listening to us, and it's going to be a flop. And we're going into the next lane. We're probably going to die right here on camera, and you'll never see this footage. Glenn texts and drives. Don't text and drive.
I'm on my map.
Oh. I know some people has messaged me and they said that they love watching us, that we're just so real and we're funny, but this is honestly just who we are. So we don't really try that much. We just put the camera up and we record our life.
I never tried.
And
I like you don't. You don't, the hell with you. I don't care.
we're not really interesting people. Like I do spoilers and we go out and do things. Sometimes we do interesting things. We get in a lot of situations that makes it interesting. Like, I get us lost all the time. Or I don't think things through all the way and we go do something and then we're screwed. Or what else?
This place really is in the middle of nowhere.
Is it?
We're about to be here, right?
You're about to be there?
4 minutes.
It didn't take you long at all to get there. It didn't take you 45 minutes to get there. It's going to be quicker for you to get there than you thought.
Yeah, they are.
That's about how much takes you to get there, wherever you're going. So, you don't like listening to the rain? Oh, that's another thing. Okay, I have sleep anxiety really bad. I have really bad sleep anxiety. Or sleep anxiety, night anxiety. It's not sleep anxiety, it's night anxiety.
Why are you looking at me like I said it was? You need to be arguing with yourself. Look at the camera.
That's our friends! Quit calling it that!
I see your face.
They see me! You're looking at I'm a reflection in their glasses. So, I have extreme night anxiety. So when I go to sleep at night, I lay there and I start thinking about everything I gotta do. I think about everything that's stressing me out and I can't sleep. I put myself into a panic attack and I have really bad night anxiety. So Glenn he puts like sleep sounds on. I've got used to fireplace sounds. I actually have a few videos of my channel. They're not amazing, but I have slept to them a couple times. There's like thunderstorms and crickets and all that stuff, and it's really relaxing. So that helps me with my night anxiety. And there's some days that my anxiety is, I can't control it. Like my anxiety, like today, my anxiety, I think it's because it's a dreary day, it's raining, and I feel a little hyped, and I feel a little anxious. So I come off with having my anxiety show a little bit, and I can't hide it as I normally can. And you can tell in my videos, some days I can hide my anxiety, and some days I can't. And today is one of those days I can't. I can feel like my anxiety is picking today, don't you? A little bit. So it just, you're going to have to get used to that if you watch our channel, because like I said, some days my anxiety I can hide it, and you can't tell I have it. And then there's some days that you can tell big time that I have anxiety. And today is that day. Oh my goodness, I feel like you're going to take me out here and just murder me. Isn't that what this looks like?
No?
We are literally like in nothing but like, hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. Doesn't this look like somewhere somebody takes somebody and just kill them? Just nothing but fields and rock. I find it creepy out here. It's literally creepy. Look, just fields.
There's nowhere to turn around up here.
You better make sure you always get your stuff before you come to work. You have to pack your, I have to pack your lunch again. I packed Glenn's lunches, and at first when I brought the idea, hey, you want me to pack your lunch for work? He's like, I'm not a little school kid, I don't need my lunch packed for work. And then he liked his lunch packed for work. You never liked your lunch packed to work?
I never said that.
You shook your head no. You never liked it?
I thought you don't look at my expression.
You never liked your lunch being packed?
How did you pack it? Let's pack the little slices of orange with the little sandwich rolls so they get mayonnaise on it. Who eats mayonnaise on an orange? Nobody. And then she gives me the most bruised and nasty looking bananas.
No, you're saying I did not pack
And then she'd undo a fruit cocktail and dump it in the thing and act like she cut up fruits for me. And I'm like, that tastes canned.
It was.
I made you good lunches.
You phoned it in a lot.
I phoned it in a lot in the end, but in the beginning I did a lot of good lunches. Did you not have good lunches?
Yeah, I had great lunches.
He had great lunches, and I have proof of it. So if you go look at my channel and look at like my meal planning and my meal prep and everything, he had really good lunches. And that's another thing about me. What are you doing?
Turn around.
Where are we going?
To a gas station. I needed a place to turn around.
So we drove all this way for nothing?
Oh my god.
Okay, anyway, I have a really bad problem with like,
If I give you all my address, will someone come take her away?
I have a really bad problem with like, I'll get,
Someone's thinking about it.
bless you. I have a really bad problem with like, if I get something, like if I get stuck on this one thing, I will do it to my best ability. I will make it amazing, and I will dwell on it. Like, let's say, cooking. If I get in my mind, ooh, I'm gonna cook, I will cook nonstop for a month, and I will go all out on it. It'll be amazing. I'll put my all into it, and then I'll get tired of it. And I'm like, okay, what else can I do? And I can't help it. That's my personality. Like, I'll get into something and I will put my all into it, and I will do it and dwell on it and focus all my attention that I have on it until I burn myself out on it, and then I'll move to something else. And that's just how I've always been. I think it's part of the personality disorder. And I do have a personality disorder. I actually have borderline personality disorder, bipolar depression. And I got a lot of little things going on that determine my mood, and just so happens Glenn puts up with it.
For now.
For now? What do you mean for now?
This right here is where I've returned.
So you passed it earlier?
On purpose.
Oh. So
I was starting to look for a gas station.
is that it there?
It's up that way.
So we're at his job interview, and we're on, huh?
We're not at my job interview. We still got 43 minutes, so I figured I'd go get you a drink.
I am thirsty. Really thirsty.
Maybe put in like $5 of gas so we don't get stranded.
Yeah, I know. So, pretty much that's all there is to know about us. You're just going to have to watch our vlogs to find out more about us and who we are. And I just wanted our first podcast to be about who we are, so you have a little bit of a better idea, instead of just turning this channel on, like having to put pieces together of our life. And this way you know a little bit better idea of who we are.
You don't know me!
I really don't want Glenn to go back to work, but he's going to.
I have to. Bills have to be paid.
So
And your friends aren't paying the bills.
So, pretty much that is all for our first podcast. Would you say it's a success?
Oh, very successful.
I don't think so. I don't know when I
100% so.
I don't know when I go through and edit if the sound
You're not
is...
supposed to edit podcasts.
I have to. Do you not hear the sound of this rain?
I like the sound of rain.
It's probably in their head and they're driving them crazy. Or they have earphones in.
Tap, 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 tap.
It's probably, they've not lasted this. I guarantee somebody's had headphones on and has already turned it off. There's no way. I've got to figure out how I can make that sound in the background go low. So, and I did bring a notebook, so when I'm in the vehicle here, I can make a list of other podcasts I want to do.
That's good because you don't have no signal.
That's great.
That's you, that's nothing.
I'm going to be talking to you guys, making future videos in the rain. I don't know. I think that's all for our podcast. Like, our podcast is a flop right now. I got this notion, like I was telling you guys, when I get something on my mind, I gotta do it. And I was like, I want to do podcasts. And I figured our first podcast should be getting to know us. And we probably need to start doing our podcast at home. Not in the truck, moving. And not in the truck when it's raining. So we're tweaking it. We're learning as we're going. And hopefully you give this video a thumbs up. You subscribe. What was that?
Squeaky.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in our next video.